This episode was a lot more grim than the last one, so the last one is still my favorite episode so far, but this one was just as interesting. A lot of cool stuff happened. The major spoiler in this episode is a spoiler for the whole season, really, if you haven't seen it yet. In this episode, it is made explicit that Ash Tyler is Vok. I was expecting them to drag this storyline out a bit more, and maybe have a bit more misdirection, and finally reveal it as a cliffhanger at the end of the season. I was kind of disappointed that Tyler wasn't revealed to be a Klingon by one of the tribbles on Lorca's desk, like Arn Darvin was. I love that there are Andorians and Tellarites in this one. They've redesigned both a little bit. Andorians now not only have the two big antennae, they also have these other two smaller antennae just above their eyebrows. That seemed a little pointless to me, so I didn't care for that. However, the Tellarites, who were always a little piggish looking, have these warthog tusks now. I think that makes sense and is a good addition. I don't like that this show feels like it has to up the ante on the design of just about every species, but I dig these new Tellarites. It was easy to get distracted from what Burnham was saying to Vok when she was on the Rebel planet because Tyler was kind of tripping, but she was trying to figure out how it was that Klingons were able to get along with Vulcans, Tellarites, and Andorians. Vok tells her that with the Klingon houses in order, they can begin to let others in. So I figure that later in the series, Burnham will try to put the Klingon houses in order. When Burnham tells Lorca that she has orders to destroy the Rebel base, Lorca seems to have no problem with this, which increases my suspicion that this Lorca is a mirror universe Lorca that got switched with the regular Lorca sometime around the destruction of the USS Baran. Maybe this whole thing is part of a larger plot by Mirror Lorca to usurp the Emperor, who we now know is Philippa Giorgio. I was kind of hoping that the Emperor would still be Hoshi Sato, but Giorgio is pretty cool too. Also, that scene at the end when Stamets meets Mirror Universe Stamets on this weird spore-filled plane of existence makes me suspect that during those few episodes when Stamets was uncharacteristically cheery, he had actually been switched with the Mirror Stamets. Or maybe that was regular Stamets. It's hard to tell which is which, but either way it would explain that weird scene in the mirror a few episodes back. I wonder whether the other Lorca and Burnham are really dead. If regular Lorca and Mirror Lorca were switched, that would explain why Mirror Burnham was hunting Lorca for betraying the Emperor. Is the Lorca that turned on the Emperor still out there somewhere? Given that Mirror Stamets and regular Stamets are both in the mycelial plane, and given that Mirror Discovery went to the regular universe, maybe regular Lorca brought Mirror Discovery there the same way Mirror Lorca brought the regular Discovery into the Mirror universe. When Emperor Giorgio told Burnham to bow, it looked like Lorca was trying to conceal a smile. He certainly didn't seem upset, nor did he seem to care when the Rebel planet was destroyed. And speaking of Giorgio, how did she become the Emperor? Could it be that maybe Philippa Giorgio is really the daughter of Hoshi Sato? Maybe her father's name is Giorgio, or she was orphaned and raised by people with the last name Giorgio. In the Enterprise episode In a Mirror Darkly, there's a scene with a personnel file about Hoshi. The mirror version of Captain Archer says that it explains how the regular universe Hoshi dies. He doesn't read it out loud, but you can pause that scene and read the file. It says that Hoshi and her family were among the 4,000 people killed on Tarsus 4 by Governor Kodos. But what if Giorgio was a daughter of Hoshi who was smuggled out and escaped Kodos' killing spree? Maybe her parents' identity was kept secret to protect her from Kodos. Maybe the reason why nobody mentions the spore drive in later versions of Star Trek is because the Mirror Discovery made it into the regular universe and caused all kinds of trouble. So they shut the whole spore program down and kept it all secret to keep people from crossing back and forth between the universes. Hopefully some of this will be cleared up in the next episode.